Welcome along to highlights of the Cody's D1NZ Pro-AM Development Series as the feeder class to the Pro Championship made its way to round 3 in Tauranga. Well, ASB Baypark would test another bumper field of Pro-Am drivers as they tackled the second concrete line course of the season. And this is how the qualifying order stacked up, with Stu Baker taking pole position with an 81 ahead of the Marshall brothers in the ATJ machines. Sam Smith took out 4th ahead of Jace Brown in 5th, followed by Hedges, Yates, Woolhouse, Jenkins and Vincent Langhorne rounding out the top 10. Kicking off the top 16 with pole sitter Stuart Baker taking a win over Joel Patterson in the AE86, with Joel making big mistakes in the chase. Troy Jenkins led out from Dylan Woolhouse in the Just Cage C35 Ruddell, taking a win in the Juice Polishers S15 with Woolhouse shallow in the chase. Jace Brown took a win into the top 8 over Michael Thorley, spinning out in the Femme Fatale C33, while Sam Smith took a winning lead run over Shred Motorsports' Aaron Lawson. One of the surprise standout battles of the weekend went to Tom Marshall in the ATJ S13 and Calvin Clark in the C33 Laurel, both drivers making mistakes in the first battle, forcing to go OMT. In the second pass, it was Tom Marshall who kept a clean chase on Clark, taking a win into the top 8. Sears Garage Joel Hedges would drop out in the chase against Gaz Grove in the Spill Response S14, while a battle of the Vincents unfolded with the sneaky R32 up against the Langhorne C33. Vincent Langhorne would take the win on the lead pass, Yates nearly backing the car into the wall. Another hold your breath moment went to Nate Steele in the S14, having a tough time in the chase against ATJ's Joe Marshall. Marshall through to the top 8. Leading out in the top 8, number 1 qualifier Stu Baker would continue a solid drive against Troy Jenkins, creating a big gap on the Juice Polishers S15, sending him through to the top 4. Jace Brown would take a win into the top 4 with Sam Smith spinning out in the chase, Tom Marshall and Gaz Grove going head to head, forcing a rerun with plenty of contact. In the final pass, the ATJ S13 would stick a textbook chase run on the Spill Response S14, Marshall paint swapping with a win into the top 4. Calvin Clark would enjoy a top 8 showing against Joe Marshall in the ATJ 180SX, but he would become the big hit of the weekend as the C33 backed into the wall on the switch into turn 3. Heading into the top 4, Jace Brown would suffer a mechanical on the grid, sending Stu Baker into the finals, the Marshall brothers battling for a chance at the top step. In the second pass, it was Tom taking a winning lead run, Joe Marshall making an error in the switch, taking 3rd place on the podium.
Evenly matched driver skill and a big switch and a Stu Baker on the entry.
The final would see Tom Marshall and Stuart Baker in a battle of Nissan S13s, Marshall with a stellar chase run.
On the ATJ S13, very even.
In the final pass, the ATJ machine would open up a gap as Stuart Baker couldn't match in the chase, Tom Marshall grabbing his first ever Pro-Am victory at Baypark.
Tom Marshall looking at a little lead. Plenty of smoke. Stuart Baker, big correction behind him.
So it's the Marshall brothers who made their mark in the Pro-Am series at Tauranga, and Stuart Baker finishing second as well as grabbing top qualifier. Jace Brown with a good performance until mechanical dramas, ahead of Sam Smith and Troy Jenkins holding on to championship points. And as we take a look at the series points table, the title chase is closed right up, with Jenkins holding just a 2-point lead ahead of Tom Marshall. And we're now at the halfway mark of the season. Can Troy keep his points lead at the next round in Taupo? Find out right here, oversteertv.co.nz.